Hridayam madhuram gaganam madhuram madhuradhipate rajiram madhuram madhuradhipate rajiram madhuram. Prasad vimukham. There's some people's faces that we want to sit and just admire them. And there's some people's faces, the moment you see them, be gone. Bhagwan's face, you can keep staring at him. How handsome he is. How captivating he is. How captivating he is. Tarunam, with a young body. Ghanashamam, complexion of the sky. Beautiful Vanamala, he has a beautiful garland of flowers around his neck. Shankha Chakra Gada Padmair Vibhyukta Chaturbhujam. Chaturbhuja, he has 4 hands. Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padma, the lotus flower. Kirit, Kirit means a crown. Kundalam, he has earrings. Can't you see? This is our scripture telling us what Bhagwan Murti should look like. So if anyone were to ask you, is that Bhagwan? Well, the answer should be yes. If they have an issue understanding Murti Puja, that is not your issue, that is their issue. Okay? That is their issue. Understand Murti Puja. Did you know? Beautiful description is given. And then, my child, you have the app. You need a password now. Okay? Sometimes we forget our password and we lose our account. You know what is the password, children? Mantra. Japasya paramo gukhya shruyatame nripatmajam yam saptaratram prapatham pumana pashyati khecharan. Narad Muni tells Dhruva, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. They're lazy Hindus. I call them lazy Hindus. When I saw that gentleman who calls himself a man of God, he took the social media to burn someone's altar. You would have seen it. To burn the content of someone's puja place because they've been brainwashed. They've been brainwashed. This man calls himself a man of God. And lazy Hindus give in to these people. I call them lazy Hindus. And you know one of the excuses is? The prayer too long for read. You know? The mantra is so long. We don't know the language. I want to pray in English. Please pray in English. Krishna understands English also. Okay? Tell me, how difficult is it to chant Om Namah Shivaya? Isn't that simple enough? How difficult is it to say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya? This is the mantra Narad gave to the child. Child, for 7 days and 7 nights, Yam Saptaratram. For 7 days, I want you to chant this mantra continuously. The Lord will appear in front of you. This is what the Guru tells the Shishya. When the Guru says to you, you will have success in life, right? Trust you me, you will be successful. You will be successful. Bhaktas, the child begins to pray, envisioning the four-armed Vishnu Bhagwan. Vishnu Bhagwan appears in front of him and blesses Dhruva. Dhruva becomes a nakshatra. He becomes a whole star in the sky. He serves as an inspiration. This katha comes to us in book 4 of the Bhagavatam. In book 5 of the Bhagavatam, anybody here have pets? You have pets, right? The pets have nice names. Pets have comfortable accommodation. The pet goes to see the vet. They have their own special doctors. Do you know in America they have pet hotels also? Because I remember going to Los Angeles and I would ask anybody if I don't know them, do you have a pet at home? And especially if they have a cat or a dog, I would say, can you please find me a house that does not have a cat or a dog? I don't feel comfortable, because I don't. I prefer a dog should live in its own environment. Okay? The family said yes, but Panditji, we're checking in the dog into a hotel. So first time I get to know their dog hotels. I sat on a flight. I'm on the window seat. A lady comes and sits in the middle and she brings a dog. And he said, Bob, I said, I hope you don't bite me. Right? And then her husband sat in the aisle seat. He got up and used the restroom. Then she had to use the restroom, so she gave him the dog. And then I'm thinking, does the dog go to the restroom? We human beings are ready to clean after animals. But many of us are not ready to clean after our parents. Jai Shri Ram. We rather check in our parents into old age homes. We rather hire someone else to come and clean our aged mother and father. Today people have gone to such extent. One of my musicians said to me, Panditji, I saw something very interesting today. I said, what did you see? He went to a puja and the dog was dressed like the judgeman. The color of outfit that the judgeman wore, the same color the dog wore. Yes, people are going to this extent. You can buy Louis Vuitton jewelry and accessories for your pets. What world are we living in? And then the lady says, my friend says to me, the lady was doing arati, and then she arati the dog too. Now, all you pet lovers will say, but Panditji, isn't divinity in the animals? I said, yes, but please let the animal live in its natural environment. Don't try to humanize it. And I know I'm going to face a lot of backlash for this. I've been doing this for a long time. You see, when we lose a loved one in life, many people go and they adopt a pet. Because there's an emptiness in their life, right? So they go and adopt a pet. You mean to tell me you cannot adopt another human being to fill that emptiness? You cannot give all that you're spending. You go to the grocery store in the US, they have an entire aisle for dog food. You get confused. Which one should I buy for my pet? There's an entire aisle specialized in pet foods. Be good to the animals, I've said that to you. But don't be overly obsessed over your pets. I give you the character of Bharat. Bharat, he decided he's not going to have anything with the world. He is going to do tyag. He's going to renounce the world. But one day when he was at the bank of the river, he sees a lion running after a pregnant deer. And the deer gave birth to a fawn. And the mother deer ran away and left the fawn. He picked up the fawn and says, I will take care of you. That fawn, the baby D-E-E-R, he became so obsessed over his deer that when he died, all he could think about, who will take care of my deer? Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, Antakali Chamameva. What you remember at the final moment is what you become your next birth. He is born back as a deer. But as a deer, he remembers that I was human. Do you not see animals that come roaming around temples? Do you not see animals that come and sleep around the temples? We don't know the minds of creatures. Only they know their previous birth. When the deer dies, Bharat comes back as Jara Bharat. He comes back as Jara Bharat. And Jara Bharat was physically strong, very wise. One day he was caught and he was going to be sacrificed to Mother Kali. They were going to do Narabali, they were going to do human sacrifice. And Jara Bharat is going along, very carefree. And they bathe him, they put a mala around his neck, they gave him a tilak, and they take him to Bhadrakali. They take him to Mother Bhadrakali and they're going to sacrifice him. And guess what happened? The moment, my dear ones, the moment the executioner lifted the sword to behead our dear friend Jara Bharat, there she appeared. Jayanti Mangala Kali, Bhadrakali Kapalini, Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri, Swaha Swaha Namostute. Mother Kali appeared and does what? She beheads the executioner. What does this mean? Mother Kali is not pleased by animal sacrifice. How I wish people could understand this. How I wish people could comprehend this. It is so sad that people turn and people, instead of doing a favor to the worship of Mother Kali, they're doing a disfavor to her. Because in the temples, they're offering sacrifices, they're offering intoxicants where Kali Yuga resides. And in the mandir also, in those mandir, they call it mandir, in those compounds, they cook the meat, they drink and eat it. How can that be a holy place? How can that be a blessed place? But people go there. My God, look at the Kali church in this country. Look at them. People go by the flocks, they go. It's sad, my dear ones. It's so sad. People are not learning. Jara Bharat is saved. Jara Bharat now is carrying great king on a palki. He jumps. Rahu Gana, the king, says, "What's wrong with you, man? Why are you jumping? Put me down. What's wrong with you?" Jara Bharat says something very beautiful. Jara Bharat says, "Sir, you see there on the ground there are ants that are crawling. There are cheeky ants. And sir, I am jumping, so I save these ants. The way you love your life, O Jara Bharat, the ants also love their life." The king was amazed. Look at what knowledge this man is possessed. And a beautiful conversation takes place between these two, Jara Bharat and Rahugana. But one of the main lessons here, please do not become obsessed over anything, particularly a pet. Okay? This comes in book 5. Book 6, you have a good man who turned to a wrong way of life. His name is Ajamil. Ajamil leaves his wife, leaves his children, goes and lives with someone else. He's on his deathbed now. He's about to die. He sees Yamaraj coming to him. He sees the attendants of Yamaraj, and he got so scared. He's calling out home, "Narayana, Narayana, Narayana." He's calling his eldest son. He named his son Narayan. He's so scared of death. But guess what else he was doing? He was chanting the name of Bhagwan. There's nothing wrong with naming your children after God. Hey Ram, come here. Sita, come. Krishna, come. Sham, come. Anjaneya, come. Because why? You're calling your son, but indirectly you're chanting God's name. This katha tells us the power in Bhagwan's name. While he's calling for his son, the attendants of Vishnu Bhagwan comes and saves him. The lesson here is, Ajamil realizes, indirectly I called him and he came to me. Imagine directly if I call him, what he will do for me. You get my point? Indirectly he called and the Lord saved him. Directly if he were to call, what Bhagwan will do to him. Book 6. Book 7 comes, my God. Hiranyakashipu's katha. Bhagwan. Right? Holi is here. Is there any other festival more colorful in this world than Holi? Look at what we Hindus bring to the world. We Hindus bring color to the world. We bring color. Are barsane mein urat gulal, Holi ka jawab nahi. Barsane mein urat gulal, Holi ka jawab nahi. Barsane mein urat gulal, Holi ka jawab nahi. without color. When the artist splashes his color on the canvas, the beautiful painting comes into being. The beautiful painting comes into being. We Hindus give to the world color, rang. Rang. Prahlad's katha is read during this period. Prahlad comes into this world as a son of Hiranyakashipu, the great devotee of Mahavishnu. He tells his father, Shravanam, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Arachanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmani Vedanam. He tells his father, I have learned 9 things. What have you learned, Prahlad? Shravanam. Papa, I have learned to be a good listener, number 1. That's nice, Prahlad. What else have you learned? Kirtanam. Hiranyakashipu frowned a little bit. Kirtanam. Whose Kirtanam? Whose praises? And Prahlad says, Vishnu. Shravanam, Kirtanam Vishnu. Papa Smaranam. I've taught to record him in my mind, remember him at all times. Shravanam, Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, to worship his lotus feet. Archanam, to perform his worship. Vandanam, to sing his praises. This is an amazing country. I love my country. It's the country of my blood. But there are things that I usually don't like. And again, me being your Vyas, I can share my opinion. When I see politicians come into our midst, we Hindus like to make nice mala for them. We Hindus will go out and pluck flowers, right, for these important ministers, right? Whether Hindu or non-Hindu, okay? And we fill their neck with garlands. But in our mandir, the Lord is never seen with a garland. These sharam ki baat hai. These Rakshasas. This episode, because that mala should be on Bhagwan. That mala, I know you respect that individual. Give them one of these. Give them one of these. But the flower, the fresh flowers that you will pluck, make a beautiful mala and offer it to Bhagwan. Jai Sri Ram. Okay? Because Pushpam is one of the 16 steps in puja. Pushpam, offering of flowers to Bhagwan. Bhakti Janam, Vandanam. We sing the praises of so many people. Please don't forget to sing the praises of God. Sing the praises of God. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam. You see, when you come to the mandir Nardis, you're not a queen. That young man there, he's not a king. You're not a president. You're not a treasurer. You are a servant of God. Do you know I still sweep my temple? Being the priest, being the Pundit, I cook for the congregation. When I would return to my apartment and if I see their bartan that has not been washed, I have seen mandirs in this country where they have kept the murti flat on the ground. Sharam ki baat hai. The murti is right on the ground itself. Can you not build a little pedestal and raise the murtis? Why is the murti resting on the ground where your feet can touch it, the lady's skirt gets to touch it? That shouldn't be. Ye Bhagwan hai. This is a supreme being. Treat him like a supreme being. We are all dasa. Who is the greatest of dasa? Shri Hanumanji. Sakyam. What a friend you have in Krishna. Arichale Sham Sundar se Milane Sudama. Chale Sham Sundar se Milane Sudama. say, Miran in Sudan, India, they're all blind. Probably in our lifetime you would have seen one blind person or two. Imagine, how would you feel? I found an ashram in Haridwar that caters for blind boys. They count their steps as they walk. They hold each other's hand and they know where to sit. You give them their meal. They pick up their plates and they go and wash their own plates. Supposedly tonight I serve all of you on a stainless thali plate. Because we are generating too much garbage in our society. Too much food boxes when you don't get leaves. Too much styrofoam plates and plastic plates. What's wrong with eating in a stainless steel thali? You're not serving non-veg food there. You go and eat in the restaurants and what has not been served in those plates? Whose mouth those forks and spoons have not gone into, but you don't have a problem with it. But if we were to implement serving meals on a stainless thali and then say to you, after you're done eat, go and wash your own plate. I guarantee you all I know come back tomorrow night. We will not want to wash our plate. These blind boys, my dear friends, after eating, they go and wash their own plates. Their own plates. And then I sing for them. And you have to hear them singing. My God, you have to hear their voices when they start singing about Sudama. Who was Sudama? The childhood friend of Krishna. What a wonderful thing when we can have good friends. Who comes in book 3 of the Bhagavad. She doesn't know much about this community or anyone in this community. But as young ladies like herself, and yesterday we spoke about the importance of my young daughters energizing themselves to the grace of Mother Shakti, Durga. I'd love for you to meet Nardis. These 3 young lovely ladies who are seated here like twins. Oh, you should have bought you an outfit for match tomorrow. They'll be celebrating their birthday very shortly. 39 plus 1. They'll be celebrating their 39 plus 1 or 41 minus 1. Right? They say young ladies don't like you to announce their age. I don't know why. But these lovely girls, it's so nice if these young ladies can come together and do some good